Hey there, everybody. Is there anyone out there? If you're out there, say hello in the chat and welcome to my first live stream from Sheraton Vistana Villages. As you can see, I am out on the patio. Hopefully, there's not too much of an echo here, but it's a beautiful day here in Orlando. Nice clear day. Few clouds in the sky, but not too bad. Temperatures in the high 80s, so it's much better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was in the high 90s, but I'm overlooking the Key West pool here. So if you're here, be sure to let us know in the chat. And if you can't see a chat, maybe you're viewing this as an embedded video over on Timeshare Users Group. Be sure to scroll all the way to the bottom there. There's a link that goes directly to YouTube to where you can view this video and see the chat. I'm going to say hello. So we booked a stay here. This was actually, we booked originally to stay here last weekend, which was Labor Day weekend, but we had some difficulties, obviously, with a storm, Hurricane Dorian, in the Bahamas and coming up to the Caribbean. Kind of put a damper on things, even though nothing really ever hit here in Orlando. We ended up canceling when we canceled on Friday. The storm was still headed directly for Orlando, but then when we canceled, they allowed us to cancel with no cancellation fee. So we did book using Vistana Star Options, and they allowed us to cancel without a cancellation fee, even though we still had restricted star options that we could only reserve within 60 days, which we actually just reused those same star options and booked the very next weekend. Actually booked this on Wednesday and we checked in on Saturday. So it was actually a great weekend to be here. It's not very busy. The pool actually is busier now when I look down at the pool than it was when we were down there earlier this afternoon. So it's like a lot of people came back from the parks and they're now congregating on the pool this afternoon after they've been to Universal or Disney or wherever they may be here in Central Florida. So it is a beautiful day. The pool is beautiful. So we are having a great stay, and we actually check out tomorrow. So yeah, we leave tomorrow. So we have to pack up this evening and head out tomorrow morning. Checkout time is 10 a.m. So we're going to be packed and ready to go tomorrow, and hopefully we make it back here again in the near future. It's a beautiful resort, beautiful day. We probably won't come back again in September just because it's not ideal. The heat and humidity is obviously very high, as anybody who's been to Florida in the past, in Central Florida, this time of year, July, August, September is pretty much the hottest months of the year. Even though we live in Jacksonville, we just moved to Jacksonville back a couple months ago. Even though we live in Jacksonville, it's extremely hot there too. So we will just probably maybe come down November or later through probably May. We used to come in May quite a bit. So that is what we'll plan on in the future. Probably no more September stays, unless we do like a long weekend over Labor Day. Missy's birthday is in September, mine is in August. So we get a lot of overlap with promotions and stuff from different restaurants and whatnot. So we will probably, if we come back in September, it'll be over the holiday weekend when we can take advantage of some of those. So let's see what's going on here. If you're out there, please be sure to say hello in the live chat. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any questions about the resort, about the Vistana signature network, or the Vistana system, timeshares in general, or just about anything, if you have any question, I'm here to answer it. I need to get back to my live chat here. We're a quiet bunch tonight. There's looks like 8 people out there right now. So if you're out there, please say hello. If you have any questions, uh, timeshare resort. If you're a timeshare owner, you probably already are aware and know that they try and rope you into a timeshare presentation. Now, we actually welcome these because we take the Marriott Bonvoy points, as they call them now, and we usually kind of stock those up. And every few years, in combination of the points we earn from presentations and owners updates, along with points we earn from credit card spend, we are able to usually get a travel package, a Marriott travel package, even though maybe today they're not quite as good of a deal as they were in the past. They're still somewhat of a decent deal. So we like to use those, and in fact, this spring, or sorry, this November, we are going to Europe. So paid for our airfare, gave us 5 nights in Europe, in Rome, at the St. Regis Rome. I had to think about it there for a second. So beautiful hotel property there in Rome. We're going to spend 5 nights in Rome. Then we are flying from Rome to London, and we actually paid for our hotel in London. And then we're taking the transatlantic cruise back from Southampton to New York on the brand new Norwegian Encore. So we like to use those points to save up for travel packages, and usually every couple of years we're able to do one. So this timeshare presentation or owners update at Sheraton Vistana Villages, they offered us a 21,000 Marriott Bonvoy points for 60 minutes of our time, or we could have got $150 in a gift card. I'm not sure what kind of gift card, but it was a gift card. So we actually opted for the Bonvoy points, and our presentation was actually extremely painless. We got there with basically seconds to spare. We sat and probably waited longer for the sales rep than we did actually in the presentation. She really didn't explain much to us. She went and pulled our ownership record. She saw what we own, and she then kind of basically said, not a whole lot. She didn't even try and sell us anything. She said, maybe you could get some flex or something like that. She didn't try and get us to trade in any weeks. We own 2 weeks here at Sheraton Vistana Villages. One is an annual 81,000 star option in Bella Phase, and the other one is a 44,000 star option, 1 bedroom here in Key West. It's an every other year. She didn't get us to try and convert any of those or even try and sell us anything, so then she basically sent us on our way. We claimed she was having some problems closing out our record, but not too sure how much that or how true that is, because I think she was just leaving us hanging for the 60 minutes. And then we met with not really the closer, but the guy that kind of takes that survey about how your presentation was, and then tries to sell you what is now an Encore package. So here, recently, Vistana switched over to selling Encore packages. They always used to use, I believe they called them Explorer packages. And the last presentation we did was probably about a year ago. I'm thinking it was quite a while ago, probably last fall sometime. And excuse me, the Explorer packages were very expensive for I believe it was like a 5-day, 4-night package. It would have cost us about $1,800 to $1,900 for that, and it would have come with 100,000 star options, 100,000 Marriott reward points at the time. So we always decline these, but this time around, the guy was telling us that Marriott had decreased the prices by about 75%. Now, when he rolled out the prices to us, it was more like 50%. But essentially, I actually have a piece of paper here, for $99 down and $89.50 per month for 10 months, so a total of $994. We get 4 nights, 5 days at either Sheraton Vistana Villages, which um, is we usually don't use the additional facilities of a premium. So, and then we also get 100,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. So we thought that was actually a pretty good deal. We've only purchased one Encore package in the past, and that was back in like 2006 or 2007. With this one, we do have to come back to Orlando within 18 months, and we do have to take another owner's update at the time, at which point we'll tell them, hey, no, we're not interested. Um, but we thought that was a pretty good deal. We can actually, in the past, we've actually converted our Marriott weeks to Marriott reward points, and our 2 Marriott weeks only convert to 90,000 points every other year, and our maintenance fees are north of 1,400. So this one here, this package is less than $1,000, and we actually get more Marriott Bonvoy points with that. So we are actually quite happy with that. We needed to replenish our Bonvoy point balance, so that seems like a fairly decent way to do it. Obviously not as cheap as just racking up credit card spend and earning points that way, but it's a pretty decent deal. If you were to buy those points directly from Marriott, it would cost you $1,250. So $1,250 directly from Marriott is what they would charge for those points. So we thought this was a decent deal, so we ended up going for it. We actually, when we were with the sales rep the first time, we said, hey, we want to think about it. He said, okay, I'm here the next day. And we actually went in the next morning and ended up purchasing that package. So it was $99 down, $89.50 a month for 10 months, 100,000 Marriott Bonvoy points, and a return trip to Sheraton Vistana Villages. 4 nights, which is actually what we're here for this time. So the cost of the package was pretty good. And they do say if you want to upgrade to a 2-bedroom at the time of booking, you can do so for $200. We probably won't need to do that. Or it does mention if you want to come in June, July, and August, there is a $300 charge, but he verbally mentioned to us that that's now being waived. Not that we're probably going to book in June, July, or August, but that is something he mentioned. He did say there are no blackout dates. Apologize if there's a little bit of background noise here. I am obviously out on the patio, and we have the pool down below, but hopefully it's not picking it up too bad. And I have the fountain just over here behind me, so that is pretty cool as well. So does anybody have any questions yet about Marriott or Marriott Bonvoy or the packages we've actually just purchased? Feel free to ask anything in the chat. If you're having difficulties or you can't hear me, hey, let me know in the chat as well. Hopefully you're able to hear me or see me. And hopefully, I guess I should have asked that at the beginning, that maybe hopefully you can see me. If you can't, then I've been talking an awful long time without you seeing me. Man, I would hate to have to go over that all over again. So we have, let me see here. We have a few people still watching. So if you're out there, say hello. I'd like to put a name to the people who are watching this live stream. And let me take a look here at what else we have going on. Where am I at? There we go. Okay. So, what else do we have here? When we check into the resort, here's a tip if you ever come to Sheraton Vistana Villages. When you check in, if you're an owner at Vistana Villages, and I believe also Star Option owners, I don't know if exchange guests go through the VIP lounge as well, or if they go through the main check-in. But if you're an owner within the Vistana network, there's actually a VIP owners lounge that they take you to. I gotta get a drink. 1 second. And in there, they actually have a few snacks. It's not really a whole lot to pick from. There's some cookies, some fruit, but they also have a soda machine, Pepsi, obviously, a soda machine dispensing Pepsi. It's a fountain machine, but you can use that. And actually, we've actually gone back there a couple times when we were going up to the main pool to went up there and filled our cups. We brought some big stainless steel cups, actually the one you're seeing me drink from right here. Went up and filled those up. They didn't have any issue at all. So we filled those up, get some sodas, and we went and took them down to the pool. So it is a kind of a nice perk here at Vistana Villages. I haven't seen that at any other Marriott property we've been to, other than when you're in Hawaii. I know I've seen where they'll sell you an unlimited refill cup that you can refill by the pool. This is obviously a little bit more difficult to get to than poolside, but it is just upstairs. If you're at the Bella Pool here at Sheraton Vistana Villages, just go inside, go up the elevators, and it's on the same level as the lobby, all the way at the end of the hall, kind of down to the left. So it is quite handy. We used it a couple times. Haven't gotten any. Actually, I did grab some potato chips in there. I love potato chips. So that was kind of a handy tip that most people probably don't think of. They may go there when they check in and get something, get a soda or whatever, but that's kind of a neat thing. We noticed they also gave us 2 wristbands, which I'm not sure. It says they give you discounts with these wristbands, but the wristbands give you, it says here, unlimited access to on-site VIP lounge throughout your stay. So I haven't actually worn them when I went into the VIP lounge. So nobody stopped me when I didn't have them. And that lounge is actually open. There is a key card access. I think it says it's open from 7 to 10 p.m. And there is a key card access, but nobody's asking for a key or a wristband, or you don't even have to swipe your key to get in. But it gives you unlimited access to the on-site VIP lounge, unlimited discounts on VIP attraction tickets. No idea what that is, but probably some type of discount on Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Legoland, all the countless activities that there are to do here in Orlando and Central Florida. Complimentary 5x7 photo and a 20% discount on any print package from the on-site photographer. We actually got a call from them, a voicemail left by them today, wanting to remind us of that. I'm sure they give that to just about anybody. Buy one, get one free on-site activities hosted by the Fun Team. And we actually noticed while we're here, when we were up at Bella Pool yesterday, that there's no activities going on. They have the activity kind of hut all closed up, maybe because it's low season and there really wasn't many people by the pool. They might have it open on weekends and do some activities on weekends. So they do have an activities calendar, which they didn't give us a copy. But anyway, 2 complimentary light swords or light wines for children, 2 bottom, 2 old. 10% off Starbucks Express beverages, 10% off breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Breezes Bar and Grill, and 10% off all on-site activities hosted by the Fun Team. So you get a buy one, get one free. I guess that's basically just one time, and then 10% off all the rest, and 10% off retail offerings at Bella Florida Boutique. Oh, I wish I had that yesterday. I could have saved a few cents on a mug we bought. Oh well. And the port of call poolside shop. So it's a pretty, I guess if those things are things you're going to take advantage of, may as well take advantage of it, right? So that is a synopsis of our stay. Okay, so let's take a look at the chat. It looks like Cindy, who is Rick and Cindy 23 on Tug. Hello there. Welcome. We are staying in the Key West Villages section here at Sheraton Vistana Villages. The beautiful section. Actually, we've stayed here, I think, 4 times. A couple times were just one-night stays. But we are in Key West Villages, and we've always stayed in Key West Villages except for one time. We checked in really, really late. We were driving back from Fort Lauderdale. Our flight came into Fort Lauderdale out of Orlando. So we checked in here really late. And We were put in the St. Augustine section. We were not impressed. And actually, one other time, now that I think about it, one other time we were in Key West Villages, they wanted to upgrade our room. The room we had booked and were confirmed to did not have a balcony. So they wanted to confirm us and give us an upgrade, and they put us in Key West, I'm sorry, not Key West Villages, but into St. Augustine. And we walked into the room, and it was on an end unit, and it looked out over the parking lot. So we basically went back and said, no, put us in that room that didn't have a balcony in Key West, and we were happy. Excuse me, one second. Hey Cindy, yeah, we've never actually stayed in Key West. That one room, I don't know, I don't know, something about it looking out over the parking lot. It was just a one bedroom. Maybe sometime in the future we'll ask for a unit in Key West. Man, my throat's dry. But maybe we'll ask to be over there sometime. We've actually never used the pool over there either, so we've been over to the pool. I've checked it out. I walked around. I've done some video of it, but I've never actually stayed over there. We've never actually swam over there. We've never stayed in Bella either. It's obviously close to the main pool, which is probably a little bit noisier than it is here. Though here it's a little noisy too this time of day. But they don't have any music playing down here. We were up at Bella yesterday during the day, and even I actually went up there yesterday evening to swim, because last night I went down to the pool about 9 o'clock, and the pools were locked and closed for whatever reason. So I actually came back up to the room, called them, and asked, hey, why are the pools closed? And they said it's because of lightning in the area, which I didn't see any lightning, but apparently they saw some lightning that they wanted to, and ended up closing and locking the pools. And then I actually got a voicemail not much later that the pools were reopened, but I waited about 15 minutes here by the Key West pool, and they never came by to unlock it. They said it was a manual process to unlock. So I walked over to Bella, and they had some music playing around there. So it's probably a little bit noisier around there, maybe. But overall, I think it's a pretty nice place. Even I don't know that any section would really be a bad section. Amelia is probably the only one that maybe would be undesirable because there's no direct pool access. If you stay there, you have to walk a ways to get to any pool. Okay, so question about Cypress Harbor. Cypress Harbor we've actually only been to one time, and that was back in, it was the very first trade we ever did. Probably I wouldn't say the worst trade. It's actually a beautiful property, but I traded a 2-bedroom Grand Vista for a 2-bedroom Cypress Harbor, and I probably would have been able to lock off instead and trade a studio back in the days of no upgrade fees, or a 1-bedroom into Cypress Harbor. But it is a beautiful property. We only stayed in it one time, and we did thoroughly enjoy it. We had a friend come with us. It was just my wife and I and my wife's childhood friend, and it was a beautiful property. But we really should try and make it back there sometime. We haven't made it back. The only thing with that one that we've noticed is that, yes, the living area is huge in the villas. The second bedroom isn't the greatest. It's a little small, a little cramped, but it was perfect for us, just the 3 people in the unit. Also loved the full-size in-room washer and dryer, right? In-villa washer and dryer. But it is a beautiful property. So let's see, what else do we have here? I don't know if let me take a look. I had made some notes here about this. Very hot. Yesterday it was 98 degrees, I think, actually yesterday, but today is much better. Definitely a much better stay here today. We were out by the pool. We were able to sit out for a while. Yesterday we kind of were here today, but it obviously isn't like that every day. So let's go back here. So, anyone have any other questions? Anything else you want to ask? Anything about Orlando in general? It's been a lot of years since we've actually spent a lot of time in Orlando. We used to come quite a bit in the between 2000 and 2010, but we really haven't been a lot lately. We just kind of quit coming. Orlando got so expensive to go to the parks and whatnot, so we just kind of quit coming. We actually had season passes years ago, and we came to we kind of just quit coming. We started going other places. We started going on cruises in 2009. We started going to other places. We went to Hawaii 3 times between 2010 and 2000. I think it was 2017 or 2018. We went to Aruba. We started, like I said, started going on cruises. We've been to Europe. So we haven't been coming back to Orlando. But now that we live in Florida, we're going to get some season passes or annual passes to the parks and probably start coming back again. So let's see, we have another question from Cindy here. The name of the salesperson. I don't know that I actually got the name of the salesperson. The name of the guy that sold us the package, his name was Todd. Todd Self, he was a really nice guy. He had an interesting story. I won't get into the details, but man, it was an interesting life story. The salesperson, I don't remember her name. It was a lady. She did mention she was from Brazil. She also liked to travel, but I didn't actually get her name. So the the person who sold us the Encore package, he had originally indicated that he started working with Marriott Vacation Club many years ago. Then he jumped ship and went over to Vistana. It was probably Starwood at the time. And when they got bought out by, they converted one into ILG, and then ILG got bought out by Marriott Vacation Club. And he has now gone full circle. He went from Marriott, he went to Vistana, I guess maybe to get away from Marriott, I don't know. And now he's back with Vistana, or back with Marriott again. So he kind of went full circle. So if you're still watching, any other questions? We're at about 30 minutes, and that's kind of how long I was thinking this might take. If there's any other questions, anything I can answer about Sheraton Vistana Villages, about the Vistana Network, about our timeshare presentation, which was really nothing, then let me know in the chat. If not, we're probably going to sign off here shortly. I want to thank you for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up down below if you enjoyed it. Also, if you could, be sure to subscribe down below also, and hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. So I usually put on this channel resort tours, villa tours. I did a walkthrough of our villa here at Sheraton Vistana Villages, so I'll have that up here after we get back from our trip. I've got to download all the footage, and I'll put out some videos of the resort here. I really didn't do a walkthrough or walk around of the resort, but yeah, so I'll have some more videos from Sheraton Vistana Villages in the near future, so be sure to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post those new videos. So if there's no other questions, I think we're going to sign off. And as I do a tagline in all my videos, thanks for watching, and let's make your next destination a timeshare.